All right, let's talk about something kind of weird. Have you ever tried to break a bad habit and you're all in, you're doing great, and then suddenly getting better feels way worse? Yeah, well, there's a reason for that, a really powerful one, and we're about to get right into it.
Seriously, why does getting better feel so bad? It's probably one of the most frustrating things about trying to improve yourself. You commit to the change, you've got all this motivation, and then bam, the struggle gets so much harder. It feels like you're going backwards. If that sounds familiar, trust me, you are not alone. And there is a real, scientific reason this happens.
And this quote, this just nails it, doesn't it? When you stop an unhealthy pattern, your brain will revolt with everything it has. So that fight you're feeling, that intense struggle, it's not you failing. It's not a lack of willpower. It is literally a biological battle, and it's happening inside your own head.
So that leads us right into what we can call the paradox of healing. And here's the crazy part. That feeling, the one where it feels like everything is falling apart, that is often the first sign that you are making real, honest-to-God progress. I know, it sounds completely backward, but it is absolutely true.
Just think about it for a second. Let's say you decide to quit sugar. What happens? Suddenly, all you can think about is cake, cookies, ice cream. It's all you see. Or maybe you decide you're going to be more patient, and then you find yourself getting annoyed by everything, more than before. See that escalation? That's not you failing. That is a sign that the old habit, the old pattern, is fighting for its life.
So where is this fight coming from? Well, it's coming from your brain. Your brain it's basically an efficiency machine. It is designed to save energy, and it loves shortcuts. And guess what the ultimate shortcut is? A habit. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad, a habit is a shortcut.
And this is maybe the best way to picture it. Your old habit? That's a freshly paved 6-lane superhighway. Your brain can just zoom down it on autopilot. No thought required. But the new habit you're trying to build, that's like an unpaved, overgrown dirt path in the middle of a forest. It takes effort, focus, a ton of energy to navigate. So, which one do you think your brain's going to want to take? Yeah, exactly, the highway.
Okay, so what happens when you suddenly block the on-ramp to that superhighway? Well, your brain doesn't just shrug and go, oh, okay. No way. It throws an absolute full-blown tantrum. And that tantrum, that last-ditch effort, actually has a name. It's called the Extinction Burst.
Now, this is so important to get right. An extinction burst is not a relapse. It is a predictable, and this is the key word, temporary flare-up of the old behavior. It's your brain's last, desperate attempt to get you to swerve back onto that easy, familiar, comfortable highway.
So how does this whole thing go down? Okay, step 1, you stop giving in to the old habit. You cut off the reinforcement. Step 2, your brain, which was totally expecting its usual reward, starts to panic. It's like, wait, what's going on? So step 3, it thinks maybe the signal just wasn't strong enough, so it doubles down. It screams for that old comfort. And step 4, the burst. That's the peak of the struggle. That is your brain's last stand. Okay, so just knowing this process exists can completely change how you see the struggle. It means this intense feeling, this crazy urge, it's not a sign that you're failing, not at all. It's actually a signal that something really, really important is happening under the surface.
This right here, this is the big mental shift. So that little voice in your head that's saying, I'm failing, what's really happening is your brain is rewiring. And when you think, this isn't working, what's really happening is that the old pattern is dying. And that powerful, overwhelming urge to just give up, that almost always shows up right before you're about to have a major breakthrough.
Let that sink in for a second. The pain is a sign of progress. It's basically the brain's version of being sore after a really good workout. It hurts for a reason. It hurts because you're getting stronger. So what happens when you actually manage to push through that? When you withstand your brain's last stand? What's on the other side of that extinction burst? Well, it's kind of like a rebirth. You can think of it like this. The burst is the huge, violent storm right before the calm. It's intense, for sure, but it passes. And once it does, that old superhighway in your brain starts to get overgrown from not being used. The urge fades. And that new dirt path, it starts to feel less like a struggle and more like your new normal. So, I want to leave you with this one final thought. The next time you're trying to change and you hit that wall and every single part of you is screaming to just quit and go back to the way things were, ask yourself this. What if this moment, the one where you most want to quit, is actually the moment you're about to win?